All right. Introduce yourself and briefly explain your project that you're working on this RU program.
I'm Joseph Thompson. I'm a computer science major from Mississippi State University. My first project, I actually have two. My first one's dealing with stable MANET broadcast topologies based on bottleneck path routing. My second project deals with simulating across virtual machines in real time the process of packet flooding.
All right. Now that you've been here 9 weeks, how do you feel about the overall accomplishments of your project?
I feel pretty accomplished. I got a lot done in the time given me. My projects are nearly complete, and I hope to publish a couple papers if all goes well.
On a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being poor and 5 being excellent, how would you personally rate yourself in the fields of wireless ad hoc networking and sensor networking?
Currently I'd probably rate myself around a 4. I've learned a lot with the program.
Should there be any changes to the way students are mentored in this program? And if you think so, name some that you would recommend.
I felt like we could use a few more mentors. Like, we had Dr. Megan Nathan. He did an excellent job. But I felt like we could have used a little bit extra help, kind of spread out the workload and get to more students at once. I think it would have helped us out a little bit more.
Right.
But other than that, they did an amazing job.
Comment on the logistics of the program. Was it well organized? Do you have any specific comments as to how things worked out?
I think they organized it really well. I had no problems when I got here. The dorm and everything was already ready for us. We just got right in. It was a comfortable environment. They had things well set up.
All right. Dr. Megan Nathan was your principal mentor in your project. How much did he motivate you and help you?
He helped me a lot with the code. I basically did most of the coding and run the simulations. I did that on my own, but he would go through and kind of check behind me for errors, see if the data was consistent, and that helped me a lot. There were a few inconsistencies that I probably wouldn't have caught very easily, but he saw them a lot more easily. So he allowed me to correct those, and it helped a lot.
Dr. Moore, the director of the CS department here at Jackson, also present orientation sessions during the middle of the program. Now, on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 being not at all, and 2 being, well, 5 being most definitely, how much did this session enhance your interests in pursuing the terminal degree you are looking toward right now?
It was actually a complete turnaround for me. I would have originally rated it as a 1, not being interested in grad school and things like that she talked about. I would have rated her as a 5 now. It was a complete 180. I didn't want to go to grad school at all. And she explained the process, and it didn't seem quite as daunting. She also explained a lot of the financial options that are out there for aid, which I wasn't really aware of. So yeah, I would definitely rate her at a 5. She did an excellent job.
Okay then. There are also research minors on bioinformatics, digital image processing, RSA encryption, biosimulations, and high-performance computing. How would you personally rate these seminars?
I greatly enjoyed their speeches and presentations. Some of them were pretty complex. Some of them were a little bit more interesting than others, I guess. I'd rate them probably around like a 3, because some of them were a little complex and hard to understand. I know that they did their best to get their points across, but they were a little hard to follow.
What are the major strengths of this program? And also, if there are any, what would be its weaknesses?
This program has a lot of strengths. I'd say some of the main ones are a comfortable working environment. It's very low stress. I'm all about low stress. The programming aspect, we've always had a lot of help from Dr. Megan Nathan. He was always there if we needed him. If he wasn't here physically, we could email him, drop him an email, and he would get back to us very quickly. So we got a lot of one-on-one attention. I consider that a great advantage.
Cool. Rate your coding experience in the program. How much knowledge have you gained with your respect to logic development and implementation, as well as the programming language you've worked on?
I'd have to say I learned the most for dealing with simulations with the code. I've never really run a whole lot of simulations and gathered so much data. Some of the simulations I run probably take 10 minutes, which I've never had such a program run so long, crunching numbers and data. It got pretty complex. But as for the programming language, it was a great refresher course. It's been a while since I've done any Java, which is what I did my project in.
Do you think that your research is publishable? Tell us why.
I think it's definitely publishable information. I've already started on the papers. Well, one of them. I have yet to start on the second paper for my second project, which I started later in the program. But I definitely think the information will be helpful for anybody else doing research in my area of ad hoc networking, and that it'll contribute to the community.
Okay. All right. Finally, on a scale of 1 to 100%, how confident were you in research before attending this research program? And now, how confident are you?
Oh man. Before the program, I'd have to say my confidence level was pretty low. It's probably around 45%. I wasn't all that sure how interested I would be in research or my skills in it. After the program, though, I have to say it increased a lot. I'm probably up to about 85 to 90% now in confidence that I'd do a good job at it. I enjoyed it.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks, Alex.
Sure.